It seems controversy follows Ricky Nixon wherever he goes. Once hailed as one of the most powerful men in AFL, now accused of scamming the very people who make the sport great, the fans.
Ricky, Seb Costello, Current Affair. Just wanted to have a chat to you about some footballs.
Ricky Nixon shouldn't be able to get away with this sort of behaviour. This has turned out to be a bit of a nightmare for me and so many other people.
Have you ripped them off, Rick?
It was a once-in-a-lifetime offer. Football signed by the first Demons premiership team in more than 50 years. Yet these fans now feel ripped off over these footies, sold to them by former AFL player agent Ricky Nixon.
Hey Ricky, don't be a chicken, give me my money back.
49-year-old Brent is a lifelong Demon and hasn't stopped watching the replay of his team's 2021 triumph.
Oh, Petrarca! Petrarca! Yes! Go Deeds!
With his home and his car already commemorating the Demons' win, Brent was prepared to spend good money for a piece of history, connecting through Facebook with Ricky Nixon, who offered Brent a football signed by the Melbourne Premiership players for $595.
It was sold to me under the proviso that the money was going to kids with cancer, which I'm 100% all about. But I don't know if that's the case now, and there's many other fans out there that have been caught out buying the same ball.
Soon after Brent paid Nixon, he started to hear some issues with Ricky's footies.
I was just gutted. Waited my whole life to get something like this, bit of merchandise to be proud of, and just felt like he's taking advantage of us.
Mark also bought a ball from Nixon and upon examination was surprised to see that player Charlie Spargo appeared to have signed his name with a number 8. Surprised because Charlie wears number 9.
I did get in contact with a couple of the players and they confirmed that it wasn't their signatures.
A Current Affair has seen messages, Spargo writing, "I've never signed anything with a number 8 on it." Bizarrely, the alleged signature of Jake Lever, who does wear number 8, sits centimetres from Spargo's, and it also has a number 8 next to it.
You know more about the Demons than anyone. Are there 2 players, as far as you know, that wear the number 8 jumper?
Definitely not, mate. Charlie Spargo's number 9.
The footy is a synthetic ball, not leather, made in India, with a card stuck on the box bearing the grand final score. And as for the certificate of authenticity, well, that's been signed off by, guess who? Ricky Nixon.
Ricky's been quite abusive.
While Mark has managed to get $500 back, Brent has not been so lucky.
The C-bomb, that's a big one. He's used that a fair bit.
To you?
To myself, yeah, I've got screenshots of that.
And he does too, Brent easily producing the proof.
He wants to shut us up. I won't be shut up because I believe that there's a concern here. I'm about what's right and what's wrong in what we do in life, and what he's done is just, it's gutter. It's just not on.
These die-hard Demons had already had to accept a grand final away from their beloved MCG in circumstances that made it illegal to watch their heroes in person in Perth. A premiership signed footy was to be their piece of the glory, and yet they've been left feeling like their passion has been taken advantage of.
I'm going to look back when we won that grand final and I'm going to think of that, but I'm going to think of Ricky Nixon too, who just happened to just take a little bit of that spark out of it for me.
Nixon's fall has been well documented. In the 1990s, he was football's most powerful player agent, representing greats like Gary Ablett and Tony Lockett. His career came undone after the so-called St Kilda schoolgirl affair, during which Nixon admitted to an inappropriate relationship with teenager Kim Duthie.
Lowlife. Just a low-life human being that's just wasting oxygen in the community.
The AFL has begun inquiries, telling A Current Affair the league has been made aware of concerns to footballs with allegedly counterfeit signatures being sold and is currently investigating the matter and has requested Mr Nixon immediately cease any further sales, leaving just one party with questions to answer, Ricky Nixon, who we tracked down in Melbourne.
Ricky, Seb Costello, Current Affair. Just wanted to have a chat to you about some footballs.
But for Demon fans who've waited so long for a premiership, sadly they're going to have to wait a little longer for answers from Ricky Nixon.
Have you ripped them off, Ricky? Have you ripped these Melbourne supporters off in one of the... joyous points of their lives.
So far, at least one of the fans in our story has made a complaint to police. In the meantime, the AFL has reminded fans to only buy merchandise directly from clubs or stores.